and welcome to the show. Well, we've got some good news, people. We have been mentioned in a newspaper. The Times, no less. There's a bit of buzz around the office. Former captain Bill Bailey talked about us and his time here. He said, "I never ever felt comfortable doing it. I can't stand it with some gormless indie twerp humming the intro to In the Air Tonight, some daytime TV presenter. What about that? We got mentioned in the Times." And humming the intros with some indie twerp to a TV nobody this week, it's guest captain Davina McCall. Look at her. Look at her. And on her team tonight, as the winner of last year's Strictly Come Dancing, she waltzed her way into the nation's heart. With a new solo album on the way, let's assume she won't sing her way out again. It's Alicia Dixon. And he's the star of Britannia High, a show with an inspiring message. If you train hard enough and show enough dedication, you too can make a blatant rip-off of High School Musical. It's Mitch Ewer. And on Philip's team this evening, it's the lead singer of the Stereophonics. They've got a new best-of out, which is excellent news for somebody like me, who is a massive fan but accidentally hasn't bought any of their albums. It's Kelly Jones. And she's the star of E4's quirky new sketch show, Beehive. Oh, come on, give it a chance. It's Veruca O'Shaughnessy. Those are the teams. Let's now applaud them. And got one in case he changes his mind. And so we begin with What Have We Pixelated? Phil, Kelly and Veruca, look at this. So many things I wanna do. He's a true survivor who's proved that no matter what everyone says about him, he won't be defeated. Good for you, Craig, and well done for bettering that awful David Bowie classic. That was Craig David with Hot Stuff, but what have we pixelated?
Is it Craig putting something in his mouth?
Go on.
No, it's not. You can see it's not. It's a lady. You can see it's a lady.
In a bikini.
Well, and I think she's wearing like a Santa beard and a Santa hat.
And a 70s bush.
She's
got a 70s pubic hair bush.
Why is she in a Craig Davis video, though?
Craig Davis?
Has he had a bit of a hard time? Because he's very talented. He does that very fast rapping. Alicia, can you rap as fast as Craig David?
No.
What's it called, though, when you're that quick rapping? What is there a name for it? Quapping?
Quapping. Toasting, freestyling.
I think I prefer quapping.
I don't know. Yeah, I do, actually. That's a good one.
So Craig David's a good quapper. You and...
No, I'm not a good quapper.
OK. No. There's not many people who can do it. You and him are almost the entire UK quap scene. What about Kelly Jones being here? What about that? Look, Kelly Jones from the Stereophonics. That's something, isn't it? I know you don't normally do too much TV. I know the only other shows you've done since promoting your album are E4 Stereophonics Waking You Up, MTV2 Stereophonics Greatest Hits, The Month on 4 Music, GMTV, a T4 special, Anne Murray's Happy Hour, Children Need Something for the Weekend, and Strictly Come Dancing. So...
Hang on. Did you had something for the weekend, did you?
Yeah, something for the weekend.
Yeah.
That must have been a highlight.
No, it was a Profiteer Rolls on her.
Thank you for coming and being
here. It's all right, man. I'm a promotional prostitute this month for 1 month only, and that's why I'm on this show.
And also, he gave up a slot on Bid Up TV so he could be here tonight with us. So, you've made us feel really special. I've got the CD here. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's the best of. It celebrates 10 years of Stereophonics.
Yeah.
Looking back, what have been the highlights, the real memories of this promotional campaign?
GMTV was all right.
Really?
Yeah, 3 bacon rolls, a cup of coffee, and cameraman fell over.
You did a performance?
No, we just mimed. And sold loads of records off the back of it.
Do you know how many units you shift per TV show you do?
Thousands. I got 4 houses.
And we should say, in fairness, you know, Kelly is here because he loves quizzes as well as money. OK. What have we pixelated?
Sorry?
Oh, God!
It's a lady in a bikini with something on her head.
I think I need you to be more specific than just something on her head.
What if it's Craig Davis? We've missed a trick. What if it's
Craig
him?
Davis in a bikini?
Yeah.
It's Craig Davis in a bikini, Simon Amstel.
With a Santa hat. Oh, well, I think it's a Santa hat, but you don't have to agree with me.
I think it's a seagull's head.
Okay.
What do you think it is on her head, Kelly?
Frying pan.
There we go.
Before you answer, what about a bit of this?
Simon, that was a great song. What was it?
That was I'm Just Looking or Buying or something.
What's it taking?
And remember, when you do go to a shop, don't just look, buy. OK, your final answer, please. A woman in what sort of headgear?
A Santa hat.
Let's see if you're right. Well, I'm afraid you're wrong. We pixelated a woman in a rabbit's head. And why not? Craig David has always been very careful to keep his sex life private. He's presumably worried that one day one of his conquests might tell the papers that he spiked her carrots and gave her myxomatosis. We all know that Craig David sleeps with rabbits, right? That's known.
Girlfriend's stunning.
Oh, yeah. Thumper. OK, Davina, Alicia and Mitch, this is for you.
I'm so forgetful. They calling me cocky. I come about the jeweler. They calling me rapping.
Whoa there, Grandpa. Let's not jump to conclusions, OK? If you actually listen to the lyrics, you'll probably find this is, in fact, a commentary on the unfair distribution of wealth around the world.
I get it.
Oh, no, it's just the worst human ever.
Yeah. I run New York.
Right, that was the delightful 50 Cent with I Get Money, but what have we pixelated?
I think he's knitting.
Knitting?
Yes, knitting. A beanie.
A beanie.
A beanie. A sort of Kevlar, bulletproof beanie. You know.
He's a show-off, so it has to be something expensive, maybe diamonds.
I wonder who Curtis is.
That's his real name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How embarrassing, Davina. Alicia, are you a fan of 50 Cent?
Not really.
I think he's awful.
Every single video that they do looks exactly the same. You always get the girl with the massive bum, massive breasts,
like the girls
loads
with the
of
massive
jewellery,
bums, though.
sunglasses, caps. It's always the same in every video.
The women are good, though.
I mean, the bum action is
Big
good.
bums are good, right?
Yeah.
Do you like big bums
I
or
do
small
like big
bums?
bums.
Mitch was just waiting for a moment to say the women are good. Can I just say, women, yes please? What about Alicia Dixon on the show? How are you, Alicia?
I'm really good.
Lovely to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Alicia, the winner of Strictly Come Dancing from last year, of course, and now making a move into music, a very interesting move.
Move into music? Or I never moved out.
My fear is that you've already played your Joker card. You've played the reality show card. If it doesn't do well, what are you going to do? Strictly Come Dancing? You've done it.
Listen, it's not about playing any cards.
Big Brother.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
Mitch Ewer! Hi, Mitch Ewer!
Hello.
How are you, Mitch Ewer?
I'm okay, thank you.
Mitch Ewer, formerly of Skins fame and now on Britannia High.
Yes.
Now, you play the Joker with a secret.
Yeah.
What is the secret?
The secret is Danny's dyslexic.
We have a clip.
Okay.
This is from the show, Britannia High, where your character Danny, who is dyslexic, has had enough of being dyslexic and just has to break into a little song and dance about it. Yeah. Take that, dyslexia! We can't spell chorus, now we can! And are you dyslexic in real life?
I am a little bit, yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
So, how do you brought that to the role?
I don't know, it was weird. That...
Simon.
I'm only having a conversation, but it's hard, isn't it? What have we pixelated?
A Rubik's Cube.
You're saying a Rubik's Cube?
Because look, it's a massive Rubik's Cube as it is. I'm trying to see, you know, sometimes with those things, if you put your nose right on it and then you move away very slowly, the shape suddenly does. But I could never really get them, but I
What about if it's cheese?
Cheese?
Yeah, you know, like cheddar.
Oh, yeah. I know cheese. Yeah,
Money. It's associated with money. Something associated with money, right? I reckon it's something to do with
money.
Money, but a metaphor for the money.
Bread.
Got my cheese and my bread. Cheese and
Harry
bread.
Hill.
Cheese and
Harry
bread.
Hill.
Are they implying that he's holding a ploughman's lunch?
He's not going to be holding bread. I think he's holding money. Oh, God.
cheese. Bread or money? I need one.
Bread. Bread.
You're saying bread. Let's see if you're right. You're right. We pixelated a loaf of sliced white bread with money coming out of it. You got the point. The loaf of bread also contained cash, just in case you didn't get the metaphor. Speaking of his feud with Oprah Winfrey, 50 Cent once said that she doesn't like hip-hop, and I don't like people who don't like hip-hop. And nearby Craig David commented, did somebody mention hopping? Right. Next up, it's the easily offended intros round. Phil and Kelly, here are yours, Barunka O'Shaughnessy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, before this song...
Go on.
I've got an email in for Kelly. This is from Kate from Widnes. She asks, where can I buy the new Stereophonics album?
Widnes, you say, Simon?
Yeah.
Well, there are several great retail outlets in the Widnes area. Of course, Widnes has an excellent shopping mall.
Great. So, shops, Kate.
Ready? Got it?
I've no idea.
I'll
It was
pass.
nice, though.
It was nice, wasn't
nice,
it?
wasn't it?
Lovely.
Shall I pass it over?
It was a rip-off.
Phil Collins.
With...
Studio.
Davina is right. Here's how it should have sounded. Yeah, wonderful. Let's have another song.
Here we go.
Oh, hang on a moment. Got a letter from Ben from Suffolk. Ben asks, I don't live near shops. Is there another way I could buy the new Stereophonics best-of?
Could download it.
You could download it on the internet.
I think it is on iTunes, yeah.
OK, great. So that's the internet, Ben.
Yeah, do it before Friday, right?
Chance. A chance.
I thought he was due to exchange on another house.
Okay.
I'm going to get this one. I am.
1,
Come on,
2,
Brooke,
3, 4.
Oh, God, I know what this is.
You know it, don't you? You do?
If you don't have it,
DJ
Davina has
this
it.
one.
I've got it.
I'm going to have to
I
pass
don't
it
know
over.
it.
What is it, Davina?
It's Earth, Wind and Fire, another guilty pleasure, September.
It's correct. It's how it should have sounded. Wow. So that was Earth, Wind and Fire with September. Earth, Wind and Fire used to liven up stage performances with magic tricks. That's nothing. At the end of Craig David shows, he pulls a rabbit. Oh, that's just the end of that one. We also heard Susudio by Phil Collins. After the success of his song, Phil Collins named his daughter's horse Susudio. What a terrible name for a horse. It's no wonder his daughter Easy Lover gets bullied. Davina and Alicia, here are yours for Mitch Hewer from Britannia High.
Okay, shimmy a little bit while you stand up. Shimmy, shimmy, might get us an extra point.
Look at that
Brilliant.
dress, look at
Amazing.
that. I can see my face in your bottom. Oh, Alicia, have you been watching this year's Strictly Come Dancing? Or
Yes, I have.
When you're on Strictly Come Dancing and you go backstage and there's Tess Daly there and she asks you how you feel about the scores, does it matter to you that she's dead behind the eyes, or not really?
Don't you dare say anything about Bruce.
Oh no, Bruce is...
I've got Bruce's
Bruce
back.
is more alive than her, that's why it's weird.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
No clues, Alicia Dixon.
I'm just dancing.
No dancing on this show.
Want to be part of something by Michael Jackson?
That'll do. Here's how it should have sounded. Wow. Want to be starting something.
They're dancing. They're dancing.
And at the end of this song, it goes, and you're a vegetable.
Vegetable,
And I'm a vegetable with
vegetable.
blue eyes. And I hate you, because you're a vegetable. Honestly.
Craig David sometimes sings, I've got vegetable.
I've got carrot.
I heard for comic relief you are going up a mountain.
Yeah, let's see what you got to say about this one.
Oh, God. Really?
Yes, we're walking up Mount Kilimanjaro.
Are you doing that with Gary Barlow?
Yes, I am.
Amazing.
Not just Gary
Not
Barlow.
just Gary.
Chris Moyles, Fern Cotton, Ronan Keating, Cheryl Cole. I mean, it sounds
No, it'd
awful.
be so good.
Is it going to be that bad, or...?
Apparently, the higher up the mountain you get...
the more chance of an avalanche?
I mean, if you ran into any difficulties halfway up the mountain, you could kill Chris Moyles.
And eat him.
No, just kill him.
I think it's a good group of people.
Good group, and they're all out of the country at the same time. Is there any way of locking the country? Let's do another song.
6, 7, 8. Na 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 na. You have got to get it from just that. Do you need us to carry on?
No, I think that's really easy.
That's an easy one.
So what?
It's correct, it's how it should have sounded. That was So What by Pink. Pink recently became the face of an RSPCA campaign to encourage people to be kinder to animals. Craig David was disappointed not to be asked, especially after setting up his own charity, the International Federation for the Universal Care of Rabbits. Now we come to a round called What Person Goes With What Thing? Phil, Kelly and Barunka, here are your people and things. Your people are Gareth Gates, P. Diddy, Christina Aguilera, and, of course, Madonna. Their things are clowns, the dock, bats, and thunder. What do you think is the relationship between these things?
There's that lovely boy standing in front of Mick Hucknall, and then the man next to him standing in front of Jonathan Ross's work schedule, and it's fears, it's phobias.
It is phobias.
It's phobias.
But who goes with what phobia?
Alicia fancies you.
What's that? Who? Alicia?
I just said Alicia fancies you.
Ah,
Right.
hang on. What about Alicia fancying Gareth Gates here?
What?
It's about time you found love again. What about him?
What about him?
He's not too chatty. Would you fancy him? He's sort of guy you go for? A guy sort of standing up with his hands in his pockets?
He's cute.
Cute, yeah?
Yeah.
So, what about it?
You're cute, but I don't want to go out with you.
Well, that's very upsetting. OK, not as a boyfriend, just sex. You wrote a book about sort of finding love or something, or...
The dating game.
The dating game. I bought that book. I got nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. Right. You have to decide which person which goes with which thing.
The gentleman playing Puff Diddy, could you swap with Gareth Gates, please? So you're in front of the clowns, and Gareth is frightened of bats. So swap with Christina. I know 2 of them. So is Madonna more likely to be frightened of lightning or the dark, or trousers?
Why would she be frightened of lightning?
It's more thunder than lightning.
Thunder.
Oh.
Although that is the symbol for lightning, but it's very difficult to show thunder because it's a sound.
I didn't know it's thunder. God, of course, Madonna and thunder. And Englishman.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's see if you're right. Can the lineup please place themselves in the correct order? All 4 right. All 4. The correct order is P. Diddy has a fear of clowns, Christina Aguilera sleeps with the light on, Gareth Gates is afraid of bats, and Madonna suffers from brontophobia, a fear of thunder. However, her lookalike does not. Terrified. It's out now! So please join me in a round of applause for our people and their things. Their things. Davina, Alicia and Mitch, here are your people and things. Your people are Beth Ditto, Alice Cooper, Beyonce Knowles and Dane Bowers.
What?
And their things are golf clubs,
yes,
a chess piece, gardening tools,
what?
And Connect 4.
This is a really hard one.
It's hobbies.
Hobbies is correct, yep.
Hobbies. Do they have Connect 4 in America?
I would think they do. I would almost wager that it came from there. Would that be right, Phil?
That's right, Simon. Connect 4 was developed in 1967 by the Parker Games Company by an Alfred Jackson, an employee there since the late 40s.
Thanks, Phil.
He's encyclopedic. Am I going to have another baby?
I've been taken off the mains, but we'll have a go. Lucky one could just bust through the knot.
So...
I don't think Beyonce would do gardening.
I reckon Beth would play golf.
Nah.
No. Dane's got a little, like, that's the sort of golf
I
is
reckon
a sport
Alice...
for...
Who is Dame?
Dane Oh, my God. I
See,
love
he's
it.
only little.
To be so young to not know who Dane Bowers is, what a dream.
Went out of Jordan.
That was...
Everyone went out with Jordan.
Alicia, do you like chess?
Yes, I like chess.
What's your favourite piece?
The horse.
Oh, you like the horse?
Yeah. The knight.
Yep.
So,
and Mitch, what's your favourite game?
Monopoly.
What's your favourite piece to play?
The silver little thing.
Broom, the car.
The shoe.
Broom, the car. Did you just say broom?
So, Broom the car, not Woof Woof the dog.
Do you know what? I feel that maybe our team has had enough abuse, and I feel the need to maybe turn the tables on you.
Yeah.
For change, and potentially show something a little bit embarrassing about you. Shall we have a look at that?
No.
Yes, let's have a look.
Simon, sorry, isn't it? Simon, sorry.
Simon.
Darlings! Good morning. For a long time now. And you know my favourite bit, Possums, my favourite bit, darlings, is when Anne and Nick get together, cheek to cheek, and they love each other, darlings, don't they? And there they are, talking about a touch of love. It's just so romantic, Possums.
Davina? Even Anne and Nick looked embarrassed for me. I was 12 and I had a mortgage to pay and kids to feed. Okay? Just in case one person watching might have thought I was cool. My life has been destroyed. Let's move on.
Okay, so we think golf for Dane. So Dane, could you come and stand by the golf? And Beth go to Connect 4. We think that Alice...
Chess.
Go on, Mitch.
Chess,
Beyonce and chess.
You think Beyonce's chess?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alice and Beyonce swap.
Who do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so we keep Beth with Connect 4. Okay, that is our definitive Guess.
OK, that's the order you're saying. Let's see if you're right. Can the lineup please place themselves in the correct order?
Oh, no!
No shit.
Okay. So you got none right. The correct order is Alice Cooper, who loves golf, Dame Bowers is into chess, famously. Beth Ditto likes gardening, and Beyonce Knowles likes Connect 4. In fact, she once beat Kanye West 9 times in a row. Please join me now in a round of applause for our people and their things. So we're on the next lines. Davina's team, you're in the lead. What's wrong with Davina?
I'm getting into the moment. I'm focusing. So when you say it, I'm trying to sing it.
Well, it looks like you're upset about something.
OK.
That's better. The old Tess Daly smile. Back to you, Bruce. Your time begins now. I'm coming up.
I'm coming up, so you better get this party started.
Oh.
Mitch is correct. Yeah. Take that, dyslexia. Calls diverted to answer phone. Red wine bottle, half the contents gone. Midnight return, jacuzzi on.
I know that song.
Is that even a...
It's a Craig David song.
Can you fill me in?
Correct. Can you fill me in, Craig David? I would have also accepted hatch door open, lettuce leaves gone.
Cool. Next.
Does he wash up?
He never washed up.
Never wash up. Alicia Dixon, the boy does nothing. Does he clean up?
No, he never cleans up.
No, he never cleans up. Alicia Dixon, the boy does nothing. Does he brush up?
He never brushed up.
He never brushed up! Well, this is good news for you. You've got 12 points.
Wicked.
You've got 4 points. So 9 to win.
9 to win.
we can do this.
Your time begins now. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Play a song for me.
Correct, the Birds. What's your flavour?
Carrot. Is it cherry, raspberry, all good things? Or something like that, I don't know.
What's your flavour? Tell me what's your flavour. Craig David.
The dirty rabbit shagging bastard.
Only takes one tree.
To make 1,000 matches.
Correct, Stereophonics 1,000 Trees. Is that available on the new Best Of?
It is, yeah.
That's great, that's great. They told me you missed school today.
Yeah,
It's Rod Stewart, isn't it? That's it.
And remember, you can also purchase online. So the end scores. Phil's team have 8 points. Davina's team lead with 12 points. So thanks to Phil, Kelly, and Barunga, Davina, Alicia, and Mitch. This has been Never Mind the Buzzcocks. And before I go, I should just respond to the following questions from Craig David's lawyers. 1, of course not. I made it up. 2, well, I'm not sure it's technically possible, but I admit it's not very R&B. And 3, well, let me just have a look. Yes, the bartender and the thief is on it. Good night, everybody.
Singing legend Tom Jones is here. And my other guest tonight is my favourite comedian of all time, Alan Carr, ladies and gentlemen, is here.
They're making out on the stereotype.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Next, here on BBC Two.